Hey to the people, what's going on? It's me, Chase. This is No Chaser TV, and we're here with the Real Housewives of Dubai. Now, I know I said that I was going to go ahead and do the Real Housewives of Dubai, and so here we are. We're going to go ahead and knock these episodes out. So we're going to do them two at a time. This is one and two. Then you're going to get three and four, five and six. I may do seven because seven was just so chaotic. Seven on its own, and then eight, and then so on and so forth. However, thank you for tuning in, and in the meantime, make sure that you guys continue to like, subscribe, continue commenting, and continue supporting the channel by turning the notification bells on whenever you guys do that. It'll let you know when the shows are live and are airing. This show's airing is going to be a little hectic as we're playing catch up. I didn't realize we were so far behind on the season, so I kind of wish I would have kept my mouth shut. But this show was too good this season. I couldn't let it pass. And so here we are with the Real Housewives of Dubai. And make sure that you guys are going down to the social media handles. They're all the same on Instagram, Twitter, as well as TikTok. And uh, click the follow button there as well to keep up with us on social media. Let's get right into it. The first episode is Lisa and Chanel, Ayan meeting up to play padel, which is like fancy tennis. I don't know, but like rich people shit. And we're gonna get a lot of that here in Dubai, whether the girls have the money or they don't. It's still giving enough richness surrounded around the cast to where they can get an illusion of giving rich. I guess the real rich bitch will be Nina, and Nina's not back this season, so hopefully Nina has her French fries and is watching this season, and she's kept a fairly low profile, so I can see them bringing her back in the future in a couple of seasons. Just because we like to recycle the wives. Um, okay, so Lisa and Ayan are meeting up to play padel, and Ayan knows that Lisa has her own friends when she plays Fidel, and Ayan is none too thrilled that Lisa hangs out with other women outside of her. And so we get some banter about that. Now, put a pin in that because in the coming weeks, there's supposed to be some issue with Lisa and Ayan, and a lot of it has to do with Ayan and Stansbury. Is it Stansbury or Stanbury? We're gonna say Stansbury. Becoming friends, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. Um, okay. So Lisa and Ayan were in VVIP, not VIP, but VVIP at the Beyonce concert in Dubai, where we got the infamous Dubai run. That run, that one. But my favorite one was the boy, boy, boy. I can't. I'm not Beyonce. I don't know. We can't do what Beyonce do, but I tried though. But the infamous Dubai runs is where this was born, and the girls were all there. Some were in VIP, and Ayan and Lisa Milan were in VVIP. And it's only a matter of time before the gay clubs in Atlanta get a hold of VVIP and start charging us double on top of double to sit around in a section. So we won't be VIP, we'll be VVIP like they were in Dubai down to the Beyonce. So as I mentioned, everyone else was there, and they don't care that Ayan and Lisa Milan were in VVIP. The only person who was not there was Sara, aka Debbie Downer. I feel like every time Sarah comes on screen, we just like I'm not really digging Sarah too much from last season and the revelations that came out about her at the reunion where she threatened to call the police on the women, knowing that they're black and knowing how that can end up for them, especially in Dubai. So ever since then, I haven't really seen it for you, Sarah, and I got to be honest, boo, I'm not really seeing it for you. Stanbury and Sergio have been married for a year, and he's as clingy as ever. They're still building their home, and in the meantime, they've been staying with her friend Michael for over 12 weeks. after what was only supposed to be two, and she's been telling him every week, oh, just 1 week, just 1 week, and it's turned into almost 3 months, and that man is ready for them to go. Baby, here's the question for y'all: how long is too long for you to stay at my house? Now, I can see if you were quiet, if you were alone and it wasn't you and your man's, if y'all were clean, because I saw that room and it was junky. Stanbury and Sergio are giving nothing of the sort. They're giving none of that. They're giving like house guests from hell, especially Sergio. Like he breathing out. As soon as Sergio breathes, y'all got to go. Y'all got to get out. Mm-hmm. It's time for y'all to go. Thank you. But do you think Stanbury is like, some house guests, because they're there, especially overstaying and welcome, they buy extra stuff for the house, they give you money, they bring you gifts. Do you think Stanbury is, I don't want to say Stansbury, but it's Stanbury, right? You think she's one of those type of house guests? Because it look like Sergio ain't got no money. It look like he living off Stanbury tit. So Brooks is at her space, the glass house, which has been opened um, in 6 months. And she said you could do that when you have not only the nasal drip, but the coin. I want Brooks to blow her nose. And real soon. Now, her ex-husband was her contractor, and they're in a much better place. As you remember last season, they were not in a great place at all. And so it's good to see them in a good place, especially for their child. Sarah. Sarah is with her spiritual healer, and she is ready to move past her past relationship trauma and be in love again. Those traumas include verbal and physical abuse as well as cheating. And she wants to cut the cords. And once she does the ceremony, she cuts the cord, she feels good. And now she has regained her power. More power to you. I'm not going to knock her, but I'm not going to spend no time on Sarah. Got 2 episodes. Sarah. Lisa's with her kids at soccer practice, and because of the school that they're in, they now have to take additional soccer lessons privately. I think about 5 times a week. So now, not only is her schedule filled normally with her business, Nina Rowe, her husband, her children, but now she has to add an extra 5 practices to her schedule, and it's quite hectic. Um, Ayan and Stanbury, they are together, and they agreed they're going to start over after their rocky year first season. Ayan partied with Beyonce's mom, Mama Tina, down to the Beyonce and the VVIP in Dubai. And Stanbury actually gives her props and her kudos for being that bitch. Because, Stanbury don't really give it up to nobody. Because Stanbury was used to being that girl down on Ladies of London, but down to the Dubai girl, you got these girls that are really doing it, really pushing through with the melanin catch. I said it. Um, Ayan has been sad ever since she opened up about her circumcision story. And the person who encouraged her to open up, Sarah, went ahead and went to the press and called her a victim. She thought it was uncool that she would do that after that painful story was unearthed at the encouragement of Sarah. Um, Stanbury does not understand why Sarah would do that. And she is not on Sarah's side, and she called it uncouth. It is uncouth when you encourage someone to see yeah, not oh yeah, now we're gonna get someone because you encourage someone to open up, and then when they do things that you don't like or say things that you don't like, the things that they open up about to you in a moment of vulnerability, you go ahead and weaponize that. And regardless to whatever Sarah's gonna say over these next 2 episodes, she did indeed do that. She could have just said, she's that nothing is an excuse for Ayan's behavior, but instead she made it a point to mention her childhood trauma that she went through as the reason why she excuses her behavior, which is low. So now it makes me wonder, did you want me to tell you that because you're some spiritual healer, or did you want me to tell you that because you want to put it in your back pocket and use it for when the first time I do something you don't like, you can throw it back in my face? And then call the police on me because you know I'm black. Anywho, Ayan says it made her want to isolate herself even more after coming out with that story. And Stanbury is shocked. She feels like, if anything, it should make you want to be louder. But uh, Ayan received a lot of backlash from her community regarding unearthing the pain and trauma that the circumcision caused her as a child. Um, she also adds that she found out her mom was actually 80 and not 60, meaning that all those age digs that she gave to Stanbury season one, she may have to walk him back because she may actually not be older than Stanbury, but at the end of the day, she don't look it. And that's why Stanbury got that whole new face. She look good though. Mm-mm. She look good. All right. Brooks meets her friend Taleen, who she's known nearly for 10 years, about nine, and they are tight as tight can be. Brooks says that Taleen was the first friend that she made in Dubai. Taleen said Brooks is the kind of girl that will come pick you up at 2 a.m. when you're drunk. And as we're going to get into over these next few episodes, hopefully she was picking people up in Uber. Is Uber in Dubai? Because Brooks don't like she to be driving anywhere at 2 o'clock in the morning. Catch that dirt. Girl, it's a lot going on. I'm recording this on Sunday after the news of Biden dropping out. So I've been checking just to see what's going on. And so I'm sorry, y'all, if I'm here, but I'm not really here because I have just been thrown for a whirlwind, child. All right. Brooks tells Taleen that Stanbury told her that Taleen was so drunk that when Taleen fell over, you could see her for JJ all up and through the VVIP and all up and through Dubai and all up and through Beyonce. And Brooks um, said that Stanbury asked her, "Is that Taleen's idea of fun?" And Taleen said, "Absolutely, yes, it is. I had a great time at the VVIP down to the Beyonce." And she says that while she's close with Stanbury, that being Brooks, Brooks is closer to Taleen, and she's going to have Taleen's back in this group no matter what. The ladies meet up for the group brunch, and Lisa tells Stanbury that they got off on the wrong foot last season, and maybe she misjudged her, but only time would tell. And Stanbury points out that Lisa has a very good, very, very good habit of giving a compliment and immediately taking it back, but they do both agree to move forward and not really rehash the past and start fresh, which is good for them. Do I think it's gonna last? I think we know how the story gonna end, but no. Brooks is already drunk at the brunch, and Taleen is there with her. Taleen lets us know that she was signed to Jamie Foxx, and she opened up for Christina Aguilera, and she did this, and she was in the Pussycat Dolls, and she was, a cheetah girl, and all of this stuff, and good for you. But she said that she gave it up to follow her man because music does not pay the bill. Singing does not pay the bills. Singing does not put food on her table. So Taleen's mom must be Rita Louise Watson's mother, okay? Because she got her man and got her ass onto Dubai and has been living the glamorous life ever since. Mm-mm-mm. Hmm. Ayan, just cause Ayan cut straight to the chase and said, Selena, I heard Joe for JJ was out. What's up? Down to the Dubai. What's going on? Down to the VVIP. You're embarrassing the people. And Taleen says that while she had a good time, there was no JJ exposed. Brooks is looking like, not Brooks, but Stanbury looking like, child, please. Everybody and their mama saw you for JJ, honey. Sarah tells everyone that she's doing spiritual therapy and is taking Brooks. And Lisa says, y'all gonna need more than a shaman to work that out, baby. And I don't know who she was talking about, but that goes for both of them. You're gonna need more than that. Whoever that shaman, you're gonna have to pay them double. You have to do some private sessions along with my children, like how they doing when they play soccer, because baby, it's the soul that's in need of surgery when it comes to y'all, okay? Now, Ayana's confused that Sarah talking all this talk, but not walking the walk, because she called her a victim and she is not here for it. They start arguing back and forth, being Ayan and Sarah. Lisa jumps in because you're not going to really comfort her friend while she in the room and think she's not going to say nothing. And Stanbury tells everybody to just stop for me, Lisa to back. I don't even want to call her Milan from College Hill, but she is Lisa. So be telling Lisa to stay out of it and let these two ladies move to the side so they can enjoy their lobster and prawn. Prawn is shrimp, right? I'm gonna start calling it prawns and see what my friends do. Pass me the bucket of the basket of fried prawn, please. Yeah, it's 25-cent wings, 25-cent prawn, 25-cent oysters, 2-for-1 drinks. Pass me the prawn, please. Well, I'm not in VIP, I am in VVIP. All right. So they move to the side and chat. Sarah points out that while Ayan is talking about what she did, Sarah wants to talk about what Ayan did, going on Twitter saying that Sarah does not own any businesses and is broke. And Ayan says, whoa, 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 don't go there. Don't go there. And I bust out laughing. No, Bula, come on. No, come on over here because you've been talking shit too. Let's call you to the carpet, Ayan. Let's sit on down. Shift the wig this way. Turn the wigs backwards and forwards. Sit on down and get these teas. Um, and so then she also points out that Ayan made fun of her for modeling and asked her was she modeling on Twitter now with comments. And Ayan says, you know what, I did, and I thought it was funny. So, oh well. Stansbury suggested they talk about it privately as they're doing, and so they don't ruin the other people's brunch. And I meant to put that earlier, so that's why it's here now. And Taleen asks Stanbury if they are good, because Brooks told her what Stanbury said about her. Brooks says Stanbury said it and said they can all agree that the 7 a.m. phone calls from Caroline Stanbury need to stop. So Stanbury was like, baby, I don't have to call you ever again. And Brooks got to be drunk because, huh? Now, you just literally said that this girl, Talina, is your really close friend in Dubai, but you and Caroline Brooks have become close as well. So I'm not sure if they chopped something out, but it just seems like you're unnecessarily lashing out at Stanbury, and I'm not understanding why. Stanbury as well is shocked because she talks to Brooks every day and they're close. Taleen says if it was a joke, she will take it and just move forward, and she doesn't want to continue to hash over it. But Brooks is none too pleased that Stanbury came for her good Judy, Taleen. Meanwhile, over on the benches or on the chairs, Sarah and Ayana still having words. Sarah says you cannot have bad behavior and blame it on your story. Sarah says she victimized herself, she being Ayan, because she wants to be the center of attention. And Ayan says, I am the center of attention. I am the moment. I am the spotlight. So either get in and fall face first. Just which one you want to do, because that's what you're going to have to do. But when it comes to me and mine, Sarah says that proves her point. And they get up and trade insults back and forth at the table before heading back to the table. Ayan says um, that Sarah should not pretend to be a kind, caring, loving person because she is not a good person and should check her soul. Ooh. Sarah said that Ayan should stop borrowing clothes and pay for them. And they both tell each other they're full of shit. And Ayan says that instead of face surgeries, she should get a soul surgery. And so they come back and they're still arguing at the table. Ooh, Ayan told Sarah ass up. They're arguing at the table, and Taleen wants to take a shot. Now, Sarah, right or ain't no right. You're wrong for that, Sarah. Regardless of whether you called her a victim or you alluded to her being a victim or you said she was a victim too, because she uses her story to excuse her behavior. It is wrong because she opened up to you about it in confidence. So why people do that? People do use their stories in order to escape the wrath of their actions. I think that that was not something that she needed to go to the press about. Most certainly, page 6 and talk about that. She could have said that directly to Ayan. That could have been something private. That didn't have to be anything put on blast on Front Street. People do that, but I think that she could have had a little bit more class about the situation and just say, this is your behavior. I don't like it. And I'm just going to address your behavior for what you're doing now. And I'm going to get you for what you're doing now. And not necessarily that because I know that that's a hurtful area for you. If you're coming under the guise of always wanting to spiritually heal someone, I'm sorry, y'all, spiritually heal someone and have somebody open up to you and, you guide them through the forest and the woods and the trees and the birds and bees. Then if you're coming from that place, then why would you turn back around and those same woods and the forest and the bees and the trees and the knees and all of these things that you've guided your willing conduit through, then you go ahead and turn them right back down and put their noses in it when they do something wrong. This is why you're doing this. This is why you're acting like this. You, first of all, I'm not sure, is she licensed? Is she, like, who is she? First of all, to give that kind of advice to anyone or to say those things to anyone. And that's why I don't like Sarah. Whoop, there it is. All right, so episode 2, and Sarah comes to visit Taleen, and Taleen has a guy in mind for Sarah. Sarah wants a spiritual guy who is kind and nice, everything that Sarah pretends to be. Because what she did to Ayan was not kind or nice. So I'm not sure what spirit that was coming from. Brooks comes over as well. Brooks has the vocal fry thing going on again, and woof, we'll have to go to the vocal doctor and get those vocals checked out, love. Oof, good lord. Sarah suggests that Brooks takes some lemon and tea, and Sarah suggests that Brooks drinks with the lemon and tea to help her throat. And Brooks suggests that she add some tequila, possibly 2 shots, into the lemon and tea to go ahead and get that all gusset up for her. And Brooks is looking like, girl, you are Al. First name, last name, Kohalik. That's how she looked at her. Brooke says she's with her 2 closest friends in Dubai, that being Sarah and Taleen. Taleen thinks that Stanbury is getting close with Lisa and Ayan. Sarah says no, they're just all trying to get along because of what happened in the group last season, and they're making an effort to make sure that we have a good season because the fighting was too much. Stanbury is with Lisa and Ayan at that moment on the other side of Dubai. And Ayan said that Taleen was in her ear like a Hadida bird. Hadida bird, Taleen. And Brooke says, boo, but that's what I had to go through last year with you. So now you see. So let me do like Sarah did to you and turn you back around and put your nose in and see how annoying you were last season. Ayan denies. The article says, as they talk about it, the word victim amongst the girls, they talk about the word victim and why that triggers Ayan so because of what she's been through in her life and have triumphed from. The article says that Ayan was playing victim, and Sarah says that she plays victim to excuse her behavior. Ayan says if you see her happy, let her be happy. If you see her smile, let her smile because she has had it very hard growing up with her relationship with her father, the childhood circumcision, and just various amounts of obstacles that she has overcome. Now Ayan, If I see you being happy and smiling, even though you're raising hell and creating chaos, I should let you be happy and let you smile while everybody else is over here frowning, sad, and upset because of the things that you do and say. No, no. So, did Sarah have a point? Yes. However, the way she went about it was wrong. Going to the press like that, that's fucked up. But Ayan, no, no. Not if it's at other people's demise and other people's expense. I can't let you do that, boo. And this is why they say you're using your you're using your childhood trauma to excuse your adult bad behavior. Is that necessarily being a victim though? No. But mm, are you in turn weaponizing your childhood for sympathy points when you do something wrong? That's the accusation. I can't say whether she has or not, um, but I will keep an eye on it this season and see how she acts. But she made that statement. It did, in my opinion, kind of lend some credence to what Sarah said in the press, even though she was dead wrong for saying that in the press. They talk about Stanbury saying that Taleen's coochie was all over Dubai. And Lisa says, if it comes from Brooks, you cannot believe it. And they show a video montage of Brooks admitting that she has gone ahead and fabricated and peppered up the stories to get some juice going because she messy as hell. Stanbury didn't think that Taleen seemed irrational, and she feels like she got the point that it was a joke and it wasn't supposed to have been taken into any sort of malice or ill feeling. And the other girls agree that Taleen seems pretty level headed and should be able to come to that conclusion on her own as well, as she was trying to do before Brooks continuously shut her down for not being upset at Stanbury. Now, Brooke says that Taleen is a mother and a wife, and she feels like that's where she draws a line, especially when she's seen Stanbury out on a few nights. And Sarah points out that you're doing to Stanbury the same thing that you're upset at Stanbury for doing to Taleen, which is tell her business. Damn, two for Sarah. Ugh. But you're doing that. She's right. I don't know, Brooks. The punishment not fitting the crime, Brooks. We are at the Ayan School of Beauty. Um, they're talking finances. Ayan doesn't know what's going on. Skip. Lisa's with her husband and family, and she tells her husband that her mom wants them to move back to Miami. They told her initially that they were only going to be in Dubai for 2 years, and now it's going on 10. And they discussed the possibility, excuse me, of Lisa's mom moving to Dubai to be continued. Ayan and Sarah meet, and Ayan reads the letter that she wrote for Sarah. She's only written one other letter, and it was for her husband on her wedding day. And he says, "Baby, if you didn't write that letter, I don't know if he was gonna get married." Oh. She reads the letter for Sarah, and Sarah seems pretty appreciative of it. She asks Ayan if Ayan wrote it herself, and Ayan says, "Of course she did." And then there's a flashback that shows, of course she didn't. She was with her husband when she was writing it. They both apologize, and Sarah gives Ayan an angel and says that every time she feels less than, or every time she's triggered by her story, to look at that angel and remember that that's what Ayan is, an angel. Ayan is super appreciative of the gift, and Sarah says that she understands why Ayan misunderstood what she said, and now that she knows how deeply hurtful it was for Ayan, she does regret going to the press and saying it. Accountability, whoop, there it is, because baby, that was the T. You was wrong for going and doing that. You may not have been wrong, but that was wrong. As they move forward, Sarah says that Brooks is a good person, and Ayan begs to differ Sarah says that she wants to give everyone the benefit of the doubt, and Ayan says, "Well, honey, take the doubt out." Okay. And so they're both confused, and what I think Ayan was trying to say was, "There's no benefit of the doubt. We've seen her. Brooks is not a good person." Taleen comes to Brooks's business, the glass house. The employee brings Brooks calming oil because she feels that Brooks needs it. Immediately after Ayan said that lady wasn't a good person, her employee brings her some calming oil because, ugh, I wonder, do she yell at them people at the glass house? I want to ask her how she treats her employees. I know she be yelling. I do. Sarah tells Brooks, excuse me, Taleen tells Brooks that she's inviting Stanbury to her event at her home. Brooks is shocked, but Taleen appreciates, while Taleen appreciates Brooks being protective, she does have to make up her own mind about Stanbury. And the only way that she could do that is by getting to know her and letting this one go. Put a pin and we're gonna keep going. Stanbury is at Michael's. Stanbury is gonna wear me out. Stanbury is at Michael's house with Sergio, and they discuss Stanbury's daughter's college tour. Now, her daughter did not allow for Sergio to come. She's only going to allow her mother and her father to go with her to look at colleges in America for 7 days. Sergio is none too pleased. He's afraid that there is a possibility that she may rekindle her romance with her ex-husband, and Stanbury laughs him off at every turn, lets him know that that's not possible and that he needs to grow up. She's saying this as Sergio is fighting back tears, wondering if she gets back with her ex-husband, where's his next check gonna come from? It's party time at Taleen's, and everyone arrives. Ayan gives Taleen with a gift, a Christmas candle. Taleen says that she knows it was a regift and she's going to accept it, but she will most likely be regifting that as well herself. Um, so Brooks arrives, and then Stanbury arrives, and she's with her cousin, is Brooks, and Brooks says, "I'm not speaking to that two-faced bitch." We're going to have to get into this. She's not going to speak to Ayan, and then she walks over and tells Taleen that she hopes she shaved her choke shot tonight. Hope you shaved your choke shot. And Sarah, coming in to ruin the scene as usual. You guys stop it. You guys, no. Coming to ruin the scene as she always does. Tries to ruin the scene and get everybody to be an adult. And we didn't come to watch these women be adults. We came to watch them fight. Move, Sarah. Damn. So, so, uh, we move forward with that. And mm, mm, mm. Sarah says that lately Brooks has been working late, up to 2 o'clock in the morning on her business, making sure that it is a success, and she's been drinking more. Um, Stanbury and Ayan are confused by Brooks's behavior, and the drinks are beginning to kick in as Brooks and Taleen are filling them and being loud, shrieking Hadida birds all up and down Taleen's house, while the others look on in sheer mortification. Is mortification a word? They were mortified. Now, Taleen introduces Sarah to her friend David, and Sarah doesn't want to be introduced to any guys. And though her track record with men is horrible, she'd much rather meet a man on her own and does not need to be set up. Now, Brooks, who's like almost 3 sheets to the wind, grabs up Stanbury and offers her an olive branch of a tequila shot, because Brooks says, as of late, although she misses Stansbury, although she misses Caroline Stanbury a little bit, um, Stanbury has been being a bitch to her. Stanbury says, pot me kettle, because you've been being one to me as well. And of course, Sara comes in again, trying to wedge her way up between the ladies. Um, Now, Stanbury says that she's been nice to Brooks, but Brooks says that Stanbury has been really fucking nasty to her, in Brooks's words. Sara is over being a messenger for Stanbury and Brooks and leaves them to speak alone. Okay. So I'm trying to just figure out what Brooks has done, what Stanbury has done to Brooks, and what it's given to me is that conversation that Brooks and Stanbury had. It seemed like it had been a lot more salacious than what Stanbury wants to admit, and she's softening whatever she said to Taleen, or said whatever she said about Taleen, because Brooks is riled up over the whole JJ comment. So, was there more to it? We don't know. But what we do know is that Stanbury says that Brooks was on the phone, and why didn't Brooks tell her then that it was such a bad thing that she said, or so like nasty, gossipy, salacious? And Stanbury is right. If Brooks felt the type of way and is trying to protect her friend, then why wouldn't she tell her friend? The thing is, Brooks told Taleen, and they brought that to the camera. Stansbury did not bring that to the camera. So once you bring it to the camera, it's public fodder. Nobody would have known that Stanbury said that the girl Cho was hanging from here to the VVIP if Brooks didn't put that up on camera and talk about it. Catch that dirt. So now that you're on camera talking about it, and I think where your anger is coming from is that, girl, you know you said more than that. You know you weren't just joking. You know you was reading my homegirl, and now that we're bringing it up, you're not being honest, and everybody's telling me to calm down when it's no, you're lying, and that's what's enraging me. I wish that Brooks would have just came from it at that standpoint instead of saying, "This is my friend. I don't want you talking about her being drunk and bending over and falling out, and her JJ stretching from the press box to the VVIP." Just say you are a liar, and I don't fuck with that because you know what you said and you know how you said it. So you need to own it and then apologize. Don't apologize if I offended you. If you didn't find it funny, girl, all an apology. No, ma'am. Come correct. Come with the story. But because Brooks has not communicated anything of the sort, that's a hypothetical situation. And all we have is to go off of what we've seen. And again, the punishment is not currently fitting a crime. All right. So they're talking one on one as Sara leaves and is tired of being the messenger. And Brooke says that she's been a little upset with Stanbury, and Stanbury says no shit because Brooks has been saying that Stanbury has been telling Taleen, excuse me, Stansbury had been saying to her about Taleen that Stanbury didn't like Taleen, and that's what Taleen. I think I messed it up. Taleen told Stanbury that Brooks told, excuse me, Taleen told Stanbury that Brooks told her that Stanbury said that she did not like Taleen. Y'all got it? Ooh. Brooks gets up and brings Taleen over. Taleen says that Brooks said that Stanbury told her that she wasn't Taleen's biggest fan. Taleen says that there is this tension between Brooks and Stanbury, and they both acknowledge that there is tension, and Taleen is over it, and everyone has dropped it but Brooks. Now, mm, Brooke says that she's dropped it, but no one believes her. As this is happening, Sergio, being the bitch that he is, and I said I ain't changing it. Sergio, being the bitch that he is watching in the doorway and calls the girls over who are not in the middle of the fight to come over and get involved because Brooks is getting increasingly upset with Caroline Stanbury. So once Ayan hears that it's about this whole Celine falling thing, Ayan says it was just funny. It's not that big of a deal. Let's just move forward. Let's move on. And everybody says that they move forward yet again. Taleen says that one thing about Brooks is she's loyal to a fault. Catch that dirt. She's loyal, comma, to a fault, period. AKA, she loyal. She's so loyal that, it's annoying and it's not even warranted or necessary. And at this point, you're getting on my damn nerves. Brooks says that Taleen doesn't know Stanbury, and Stanbury says that Brooks is drunk in her confessional and then exits the scene. And on her way out of the door, Brooks calls Stanbury a dumb fucking see you next Tuesday. And the whole group is gagged, honey, and clutches their pearls. Now, again, the punishment is not fitting the crime. And as it gets on, it leads me to believe that Brooks, as I mentioned earlier, is upset with Stanbury because Stanbury is not telling the whole truth about what she or how she said it about Taleen. But at this point, Brooks, if Taleen says she don't care, and that is your close friend, you officially have to back off. And you kind of have to chill out on Stanbury. Y'all could have still been friends. You could have kept an eye on her. But the way that you're going and now you're calling people see you next Tuesdays, there's no real coming back from that in a social circle like in Dubai. So now the battle lines are drawn. And honestly, you're putting now, as you were in the middle, now you're putting Taleen in the middle and using Taleen as the issue when the issue is not necessarily what she said about Taleen, is how she said it about Taleen and not copping to the honesty of that moment. However, when you doing all this hooping and you doing all this hollering and you are so upset and you are so mad and you beat the people mad that it's actually about, now it becomes a you issue. Because if I told you I wasn't upset about it, you need to drop it. And Brooks has not dropped it yet. One might want to ask why Talena's so cool about it. But they say like much bothers Taleen. Um, I don't think that was a comment to be bothered by, but I do think if I'm judging based off of Caroline Stanbury's history from Ladies of London and Real Housewives of Dubai, she said it to be judgy and to be snippy and to be funny and to be, you know, messy and just like, ooh, it's this drunk, sloppy mess for her. For JJ was out. We were at Beyonce, we were in the VIP, and she was like giving uncouth, giving like Trailer Park American. That's how she said it, and that's how she meant it. So when she said it was just a joke, and it was a joke, but it was a mean spirited, nasty joke. And the only person that can clock a mean spirit the way that they clock in this mean spirit is a fellow mean spirit. That's why y'all was so close for so many years, and have grown even closer since Dubai, being Brooks. So Brooks know what time it is, and y'all playing on her intelligence. What Caroline Stanbury is playing on her intelligence, but if Taleen tell you to let it go, the Taleen portion of the issue, you have to remove her from it and go straight to the horse and tell her why you feel like this is the issue. And you have not done that. So as of right now, Caroline Brooks, you're looking crazy. All right, y'all, that was episode 1 and 2. 3 and 4 should be out soon. Make sure that you guys continue to like, comment, and subscribe. And I can't believe I was offsetting the whole show. And y'all ain't say nothing. This is why I do not like doing recorded shows. But I will see you guys soon for 3 and 4. 5 and 6 and 7, child. Love and Marriage, Huntsville, child. Real Housewives of New Jersey, child. Real Housewives of Orange County, child. Happy Hour, child. And I'm going to be announcing something else pretty soon. So y'all, I'm stretched thin, but I'm stretched and I'm ready to go, honey. Make sure that you guys continue to watch. Tell me what you're thinking about Dubai episodes 1 and 2. I'm going to continue to try to run through them so we can get to what we want to talk about, which was Taleen versus Brooks last week, because it looks like that's slowly building up as well. All right, y'all. Well,